Welcome to the channel, everybody. All right, it's time to winterize the Tiffin Allegro Open Road 38 QBA. All right, before we get started, let me just say I am not a trained professional. I'm not a technician. I'm just a dude that's been doing it for a little while, and this Tiffin is new to me, so I'm gonna try to do what I need to do to get her winterized. All right, so the first things I did here was I've got my pump valve that allows me to draw from my fresh tank with my pump. I got it open, and I've drained my freshwater tank using the valve here, and I've opened up the low point drains for the hot and cold, and I've drained that. Also, before you get started, make sure your black and gray tanks are empty, which that was done before I did get started, so there we go. All right, before we put fluid in here, let's make sure this is on the not city water but the tank fill position. I've got my water heater still in the normal flow position because I want to put some in my water heater, and make sure your freshwater tank drain is closed. I did drain this, but I put the old filter right back in, put a new filter in it when we de-winterize it. It's been my experience that sometimes without a filter in here, that this will not pass water. Not sure what's going on there. So, filter's in it. Drain water from my water heater by removing my anode. I use the pressure relief valve to let some air in. Got the water out. That's a turn-on tape, just in case you're wondering. So what I've found is that in Tiffin's infinite wisdom, there is no fill for the freshwater tank. No, there's not one on the other side. There is no port for it. There isn't a fill for it. I've opened every cabinet, every door, everything. There is no fill for the freshwater tank, which is stupid. But I just work here. What do I know? All right, so we're going to try to get some antifreeze into our freshwater tank. That's the first thing to do. All right, to get fluid into my tank, I've bought a little drill-operated pump right here. I've connected it right to my port, and I've got the suction hose into the first bottle, partial bottle from last year actually, of antifreeze. So we're going to pump it in. Use however much antifreeze you feel like you need to. Me, I'll probably go a little overboard. I bought 9 brand new ones, and I had the partial from last year, so I'm putting these in. All right, we're going to put these in, and then we'll move on. All right, got them all in. Took about what would you say, hun? 20 minutes?
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe 20 minutes. Thanks to the lovely Miss White Diaper Tiffin owner. All right, what's next? I'm assuming most everybody has a water pump switch in their wet bay. If you don't, you're going to need help, or you're going to do a lot of walking. Now that we've got water in our freshwater tank, we'll take the anode back out. Now that it's out, we're going to put some water in it. So Mrs. White Diaper is going to put some, it's White Diaper. Mrs. White Diaper is going to put some, she's going to hit this pump switch for me until we get water at the water heater.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead. All right, there we go. So now we're going to shut it off. All right, put the anode back in. Just put it in finger tight. All right, so now we have water in our water heater. We're going to bypass the water heater. There we go. Good deal. When I bought this, this is busted, but we're going to turn on the water pump, let it pressurize. Everything is off. We're going to open a little water here. Got water out right there. You see I got water out right there because this thing is broken. I'm gonna try to get some pink. The pink's there. Do it again. Okay, we're good with the pink. Now the water pump's laboring because it's building pressure, and it should stop. All right, good deal. You got 2 traps, so make sure you put antifreeze in both traps.
Do you have 2 traps?
Yeah, you got traps. Well, no, I think it may only do. Yeah, I think it's just 1 trap. Look at here. Miss White Diver knows what she's talking about.
There's pink.
Yep, there's some pinkishness. Cool, good. Make sure you do the other side as well. Do one side, do the other. One side, then the other.
There's not a trap over there, but there's a little elbow.
We're going to still put both.
Yeah.
All right, solid pink. All right. After that, need to do the shower. And the sink. Need to do the shower. There's pink coming out there. Pink coming out there. And last but not least, you make sure you get some in your black tank. Alright, so if you have a washer, don't forget to do your washer. I have an individual washer and an individual dryer. It's not a combo unit. So I'm going to run this in a normal wash cycle with a warm temperature so I get both lines feeding into here, and I'm going to run it until I start to see pink. So that's what we're going to do. There. You can see the pink in there now. And I press cancel and drain to hold. Hold to drain it. So we're going to cancel that. You can see the antifreeze in there. And we're running the drain. Doing that just by keeping it held down. Once that is completed, then everything that you need to drain has been drained, at least on this version of the Tiffin. All right, it's moving right along. As always, the last step of winterizing is, once you get all your lines purged with the antifreeze, is I put a dehumidifier in here and I run the drain line outside. All right, so make sure you do, when you do this, make sure you let it run a little bit like I did. I let it run a little bit into each tank, so I have antifreeze in my dark tank. I have dark tank, black tank. I have it in my gray tank, and I have it in my freshwater tank. All right, guys, hit like and subscribe. Help me out. That's the way I did it. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. If you have any wisecracks, you can throw them in the comments too. We don't mind. We take all comers. All right. Have a good day, everybody.